You're watching CBS News Los Angeles, The Rundown.
Hello, I'm Juan Fernandez. Here's a look at your top stories. A new report reveals filming in the LA area has declined sharply after the massive Hollywood strikes. According to FilmLA, a partner firm office for LA City and the county, on-location filming in Los Angeles dropped more than 36%. Right here, more now on the report's findings is FilmLA President Paul Audley. Paul, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
We know filming is down, as your report said. First up here, walk us through some of the other findings of your report.
Well, you know, the quarter was a disaster, even though a lot of people anticipated that there'd be a lot of return of filming after the strikes. But it takes a long time to re-up everything and get things going, plus the holidays. But the other part of it is annually, overall filming was down almost by 33%. As well. So it was a disastrous year for film and television in Los Angeles.
So, Paul, how much of that sharp decline you think is because of the strikes themselves versus the pandemic or just other economic factors?
Yeah, most of it is strike related.
Yeah.
We saw the decline happen pretty sharply in the first quarter, anticipating the strikes. And then, of course, the strikes took effect and we went all the way through 6 months pretty much without most of the filming happening. The other things that I think we'll question as we move forward is we know that the streamers and networks talked about reducing the amount of television production that they do, and LA truly is really a television town now. Most of the features, large features in particular, have been out of LA for a long time now.
And you know, many of those local jobs, they do rely on the entertainment industry. Do you think location filming will bounce back in Southern California, or is this a sign of a new reality? You were saying already they're trying to bring down the amount of product that's being brought out here.
Yeah, as an example, during this past year, we saw 36 television series canceled, and we are seeing new ones come online. We've only just this past week started to see numbers increase in film permits. That was expected as the 4 to 6 week run-up time happens to get TV started. But it'll take us a full quarter to figure out what the new normal in LA looks like. We don't anticipate it's going to be as large as it was back in 22 and 23, but we're hoping it gets close to it as TV and film production return to California and really all across the country.
Are there any incentives you think that could get film production back to where it was, especially with On Location?
Well, the biggest thing is certainly the California Film and Television Tax Credit, which is helpful, but it's not competitive with most of the other states and internationally. And we've seen a decline in commercial production in California year over year, about 10% down this year. That had nothing to do with the strikes, but our tax credit in California doesn't help the commercials industry. And they have been in the past a large piece of the production atmosphere in California.
So one of the big problems, of course, was you said that the strikes, they lasted so long, it affected the fall TV season, and now just getting all that back up and running is going to take some time. Is that right?
That's right. And as I said, we don't know what it'll look like. But the good news from our point of view is we have started to see it come back. It's not at the numbers we hope to see, but they've just begun for the first time since the strike ended to really see an increase in permit requests.
Well, Paul, we'd love to check back with you once again. When's the next time you're going to see numbers that we could bring you back here and update our viewers?
Well, happy to come anytime. I think we'll know what the new normal is after we get through a quarter, but we'll have a pretty good idea on the TV side by the end of this month where things are going, and film, which takes longer to get up and running, probably by mid-February or the end of February.
Gotcha. So we'll talk to you maybe end of March, early April. Paul Audley from FilmLA. Thank you so much for being with us today. Really appreciate your time. All right. Now to this, 3 men arrested in a break-in investigation in Murrieta thanks to high-tech tools. KCAL News reporter Jeff DeWin shows us how a drone helped police make an arrest.
Jeff DeWin here in Murrieta, and we are outside this construction equipment rental business where police say over the weekend a couple of men broke into the yard here. Now, when that happened, the security company that oversees this business was able to spot the people who broke in through the security camera system, and they were able to call police. At that point, a police officer was dispatched here, and when the officer came on scene, that officer launched a drone. So the drone was able to tail the two suspects who got into a car. From there, the drone also followed the suspect's vehicle, and when they got to a safe spot, police officers were able to pull the car over, and they arrested 3 men in connection with the break-in. About 6 months ago, the Murrieta Police Department launched its drone program. There are 4 officers assigned to it. Each of them has their own drone. There is also a sergeant, and the police department says that in the past 6 months, the program has been able to make about 50 arrests with the drones. So we will hear from the police department, and they also shared video of the arrest from this weekend, and we will have more details on this for you on KCAL News beginning at 4 p.m.
Right, we'll see Jeff at 4. Meantime, former President Donald Trump was back in a New York courtroom today. Jury selection and opening arguments began in a second civil trial over comments he made about writer E. Jean Carroll. A jury last spring found Trump liable for defamation and sexually abusing Carroll, awarding her $5 million. This new case focuses on comments Trump made about Carroll in 2019 when he was president. A judge already ruled that Trump defamed Carroll, so the jury's only job now is to determine how much he owes her. She is seeking $10 million. Trump has said he wants to testify, and that could happen as early as Monday. The late Senator Dianne Feinstein is about to get a lasting honor. The international terminal at San Francisco International Airport will be renamed after her following a decision today by the Airport Commission. Feinstein was the longest-serving U.S. senator and the first woman to serve as mayor of San Francisco. Feinstein died in September at the age of 90. Right, turning now to your weather. Clear skies today over the Santa Monica Pier, but enjoy them while you can. We are tracking potential storms headed our way. KCAL News meteorologist Olga Ospina has details now in your next weather forecast. Olga.
Hi, Juan. Yes, enjoy the warm temperatures while you can. Numbers in the 70s. We had that yesterday. We're continuing to see that this afternoon. This weekend, a very different story. Rain is on the way and much cooler temperatures also. So here's the big story. Temperature change map showing us numbers are up. It's already been a couple days that we've been feeling this warming trend, but we continue to feel that, especially for those inland spots. 7 degrees hotter in Claremont, 6 degrees up in Pasadena, 5 in Riverside, San Bernardino. And this afternoon, we are already in the 70s in Santa Clarita, checking in at 72 degrees. We have low 70s in Van Nuys. Up in the Antelope Valley, feeling 60s. For the LA area, we're looking at 65 in downtown Los Angeles. As we head into Orange County, we're seeing a few 70s there as well. In Anaheim, 72 in Bell Canyon, and into the Inland Empire. That is one of the warm spots. We're looking at 74 in Menifee as well as San Jacinto, 73 in San Bernardino as well as Ontario. Plenty of 70s out there, and we're looking at 70s also in Palm Springs. So as we head into the overnight hours early tomorrow morning, we're finally getting a little closer to average to where we should be for those low temperatures, those wake-up temperatures. Tomorrow, you're waking up to 40s and 50s. And by the afternoon, look at this, we are starting to cool down, and that's because I'm tracking a system. It's not going to bring us rain. It's going to bring some wet weather to Northern California down into the Central Coast. By the time it reaches us, it's really going to fall apart, but it is going to increase our winds. It's not going to be until the weekend that we start seeing more storms moving in. And this one is going to bring us some rain as we head into Saturday and into Sunday. So your weekend is going to be a wet one. I want to show you winds because although we're not going to get rain out of that first system that's going to impact us on Wednesday, we are going to feel those stronger winds already by tomorrow morning, continuing into the afternoon hours. And then by the evening, things are winding down and you're waking up to much calmer conditions on Thursday morning. Temperature wise, because of that system to our north, we're going to cool things down just a bit as we head into tomorrow afternoon. 65 the high for the valleys, then back into the 70s on Thursday, upper 60s on Friday, and then much cooler as we head into the weekend with that rain on the way, potentially even continuing into early next week. Juan.
All right, Olga, thank you so much for that. This has been CBS News Los Angeles, The Rundown. I'm Juan Fernandez. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be back here live at 4 on CBS News Los Angeles.